And welcome back to The Kerrnel Does the Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. In the previous episode, the Inspector Legrand had asked us to keep an eye on the professor, and so I think we're making our way back that way now. And
who'd have thought that one day butterscotch would remind me of my age and of all the things I had to leave behind.
And we can't take any more butterscotch, so let's continue on. Maybe we can find the kid and bribe him to do something. That'd be kind of neat.
Oh, Constable?
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
My son didn't make any trouble for you, I hope?
Yes.
It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething. That's usually a sign that someone's laid down the law.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me, a rather dangerous one. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden pistol as a punishment.
I understand. And thank you. Matty is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong fatherly hand.
Where is Matt's father, if I may ask?
He's gone.
Ah, I understand.
Could you, leave Matty's pistol here, perhaps? So you don't have to bother with it?
Of course. I told him he wouldn't get it back until Venice.
Very well. Thank you again, Constable.
Little turd nearly drove us off the train, man. You should be lucky he got off with just that. I don't think there's anything new to say, but let's...
There are thousands of things I would like to ask her, but nothing would justify neglecting my duties here on the train. I think it's uncomfortable for her when I talk to her in front of Lady Westmacott. She seems to take it as an inappropriate distraction from her work, although she's just knitting. Taking up a craft like that is typical of women who were told as little girls that idleness is a sin.
Huh. So maybe we can separate these two and get a discussion with Mrs. Miller. Miss Miller. Nothing left here. We don't have anything left for these guys, so let's go find the kid. There he is.
Hello, Matt. Oh, come on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Are you going to be angry with me for the rest of the trip?
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Oh, man. Couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
I'm gonna
Would
throw you
have
off the
learned
train.
anything from that?
I didn't learn anything from this either.
Irritating. Take the book now.
Should I ask for an autograph? That would be quite unprofessional. But on the other hand...
Hey, why not? Alright, let's talk to him again.
Come on, Matt. Did you really think that you can ignore me for longer than I can ignore you? I'm Swiss. It's practically a national sport. Matt is digging in his heels. I won't get anything out of him as long as he's angry with me.
Oh, butterscotch.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
Yeah.
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hey!
Friends again?
Mm-hmm.
All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
Greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Wow, we can ask him about a lot of stuff. Let's ask him about the missing purse. Maybe he saw something. He seems to get around the train a lot.
Something completely different this time. The Baroness in the second compartment over there is missing her purse. Do you have any idea where it could be?
Do I ever? That guy over there with the violin case?
What about him?
He picked up something in Zurich and put it in his violin case.
Really?
Yeah, and he made sure that nobody saw him.
But you saw him.
Uh-huh.
Did you also see what it was?
Nah, not really. But now that I think of it, it must have been the Baroness's purse.
I should look into it, shouldn't I?
I think so.
Interesting. Thought he was a little shifty. Okay. Alright, let's ask about... Maybe we can find out some information about Lady Westmacott that could get her away from Miss Miller. Or Miller?
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd and really old. But other than that, she's great. She likes me.
The lady has peculiar taste.
Hey!
I agree. Oh, that's kind of awkward asking about his father. Where's he from?
You and your mother, do you both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house, and I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide, and no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
Boarding school must not be working for him. I always thought that boarding school was where you sent kids to kind of get discipline.
How old are you, Matt?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No. We'll see. Maybe an actor.
Really? Well, I don't know. You need a lot of talent for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to... Matt, are you okay?
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not bad.
You little turd. That was disturbing, man. Thought he was choking on the butterscotch. You're gonna give this dude, like, gray hairs or a heart attack or something. Alright. He's irritated me enough. We're gonna ask him about his father.
Tell me, how long has your mother been working for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him, and hunting. He even let me shoot a real gun.
And then?
Then Mom fought with him, and he left. I was 7.
So blame it on Mom? I don't know.
Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
Nope. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to do?
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I'd need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Thanks for the tip. So long.
So longer.
That... I don't know if it's smart or disturbing that kid, the first thing that he suggested was to go behind the steward's counter to look for something to break the lock open. Interesting. Alright, so I think we're done with Matt, so let's find out about this purse.
Excuse me, sir.
I find it funny that this guy keeps knocking on the door. There's nobody there, dude.
A passenger is missing her purse. Perhaps it was stolen.
Really?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you whether you might have noticed anything on the platform.
Ah, well...
Why did you think I was accusing you?
Well, I thought... because you mentioned my violin case in the context of the purse.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarneri.
Very valuable.
Very. And also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air? May I ask you to open the violin case?
No, you may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
Huh.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
A warrant. This is in the U.S. or Canada. Well, that sucks.
I think the violinist is hiding something. But to be sure that Matt was right, I have to get a look in the violin case. How can I do that without the violinist's consent? The violinist is uncooperative. I'm not authorized to search his belongings against his will and without a good reason, and he knows it. I have to come up with something.
Well, I don't think we're going to find anything here to help the violinist. Although he didn't like it when I opened the window before. Did he do anything different this time?
What are you doing? Didn't I make myself clear? The window stays closed.
Damn. You know what? No, the window stays open.
You're not alone on this train. I want the window open.
Swiss politeness doesn't seem to be what it used to be. I'm not going to catch a cold because of you. Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Huh.
I think the violinist is hiding, but to be sure that... How can I do... Matt says the violinist put something in his violin case on the platform. Seems suspicious somehow. The question is, how credible is a statement from an imaginative boy?
Maybe we should talk to Matt again. I mean, there's got to be something in here that will distract this guy.
All right, Matt. Tell me now. The violinist won't let me check his violin case.
Of course he won't. He's hiding something. Should I distract him? Then you can have a look in his case.
Oh, that's cool.
What do you suggest?
I could tell him there's a suitcase full of money. in the next carriage. If he's a thief, he'll definitely want to take a look at it.
I don't think he'll fall for that.
Or I could insult him and then run away. He'll try to catch me, and you'll have a chance to look in that violin case.
Now that I think about it, this is something I have to attend to on my own. It would be expecting a bit much from a little boy.
Little boy? You must be kidding.
Sorry, Sheriff, but your idea about distracting him is good all the same. So long.
So longer.
So how would I distract him, though? I wonder. So he's got the hand thing. Maybe if I give him some
The violinist
pills,
is uncooperative.
he'll have to go get
I'm
some
not
water.
authorized to search his belongings. I have to...
So maybe if I give him the pills, he'll have to go get some water. I guess he doesn't want the pills. Alright, well, enough messing around in here. Let's go see if we can find that hairpin. And I think I've got the book too, so maybe we can get the autograph while we're there.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
Of course not, madam.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
Cool, alright, so we have the hairpin. Let's talk to her, or do we give her the book? Let's talk to her.
Excuse me, Lady Westmacott.
Constable Zellner, how can I help you?
I was wondering if you might...
Sign your book, Constable Zellner?
If it isn't too much of an inconvenience.
Of course it's an inconvenience, but only a small one.
Wow. Gracious.
You are welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Looked like
Another time. Farewell, Lady Westmacott.
Constable?
looks like she signed it with a check mark. Alright, so we have detective story. Alright, so let's do the hairpin thing.
It doesn't work with this kind of lock. I need something to turn the pin.
So what could I use the hairpin for? The only other lock I know of is on the little padlock thing for the box. Although, the drawer was locked too. Maybe it's for the drawer. Hairpin?
And suddenly, it's me who's the thief on the train. Whoops. That was easier than expected.
Oh, sweet. So it is for the drawer.
Batteries, a toothbrush, shaving brush, but not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
So maybe that is for the padlock box. Aha!
That's it. There we go. This should help.
Pliers. Okay. I didn't know you could open the door with pliers. So the violinist had mentioned something about a warrant, and the only guy that could issue a warrant on this train, I would imagine, would be the Interpol guy. Although he did say not to come back unless we had something relevant. I don't think that's relevant. But it can't hurt to try.
Inspector Legrand was quite clear. I'm only to enter the freight car if there's news to report.
Alright, so there's no news. I didn't think there was anyway. Let's see. So let's see if... I can't see how these pliers would make a difference, but let's see what goes on. See if we can use them or not.
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
Hello?
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
Ah.
Are you okay?
Yes, fine.
Well, he seemed relieved. Maybe there's something in here. Let's ask him about some stuff.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Maybe the constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor could have locked it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor. So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien. I'd like to look around a bit.
Of course.
This professor's a little... He's got something to hide, obviously.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment, and he climbed out the window, where's he gone? Did the burglar leave any clues? Here's something. Might be fingerprints.
how would I get fingerprints off the window?
They're tough to make out, but I do believe there are some prints on the window. If I had a forensics kit, I could make the prints visible with carbon powder.
Where would I get carbon powder from? I mean, I guess you could grind down a pencil, and that might do it. But I don't know how you would grind down a pencil. Oh, you know what? Maybe no, you can only read it. Because I know when you hold a newspaper in your hand, sometimes the ink kind of rubs off on your fingers. Now, maybe you could rub that against... Well, I guess that would rub away the fingerprints. Okay. So we don't...
They're tough to make out, but I do believe if I had a...
Need carbon powder for that. Oh. I didn't know this was here. Okay, so highlight all the current hotspots. Oops. You have to pay adventure point. Well, that kind of seems like a cheat, and I don't want to do that. So that's the menu, which I normally hit escape for. Okay, so this is opening the note. What is it? I keep hearing scribbling down. Maybe this is what that is. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I think we'll read this possibly in the next episode. I want to finish looking around the room here.
Bible, Grimm's fairy tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics. Wow. You have a very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
Okay. This seems to be the focal point, because he was actually looking in that... The professor was looking into that earlier. So let's look around the room first. And I guess this is the last thing that's left.
No. Nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting. It's a shame.
I really wonder what the professor is hiding from me. But I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s.
So there's nothing else I can do in here. Except for the window. I can talk to the professor again.
Professor Lucien?
Yes?
Really?
Oh, nothing.
Well, good.
Okay. So I need carbon powder. Guess that's it. That kind of sucks. what to do here. Alright, well, let's...
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
Well, I think this is a good place to end this episode. I think next episode we'll go back and talk to the kid again, maybe the violinist, and see maybe the doctor. I don't know. Not sure where to go at this point, but we'll think about it and join you in the next episode and see what happens. See where we go from there. So if you have any comments, please leave them below. Please do not leave any spoilers, but hints are appreciated. If you can, well, I guess that was what I was going to ask. So join us next episode, and until there, please do take care.